Hi guys, FM Campbell here. So, what has happened? We left you off after the Man City game in the Super Cup, I believe, where we August. So here, so we left you off here. We beat Man City 3-1 in the Super Cup. I'll go through the fixtures, how we've got on in the league and all competitions first, and then we'll go into a little bit more detail on other things. So we played Tottenham in the league. We won 3-1. Marco Reus, Phil Jones and Wayne Rooney scoring. We then started our Champions League campaign against Olympiacos in the group, where we won 3-1 again. So we had 3-3-1 results in a row. Doria, Kevin Volland, and it was an own goal as well, which got the goals for us. We then lost 1-0 to our bitter rivals at Anfield. We lost 1-0 to Liverpool, which bit of a pain, but there we go. At least it's only early on in the season. We then started the Capital One Cup campaign. We beat Crawley 1-0 and Kevin Volland scored for us. We then returned to Premier League action where we beat Reading 2-0 at home. Kevin Volland getting 2 goals, so on a bit of a run Volland was. We then played Shakhtar and beat them 4-1 in the Champions League in our second group game. Vertonghen, Rooney were 2 and Lucas Moura scoring. Then we played Sunderland and won 3-0 in the league. Wayne Rooney getting a hat-trick. Then we lost 2-1 at Old Trafford to QPR in the league, which is strange. A reasonably strong team was out as well. Marco Reus getting the consolation goal. We then drew 2-2 in the Champions League group stages, again against Galatasaray. Doria with an own goal, but he also scored to make up for it, which was good. We had 10 men for I think about 60 minutes of the game as well. And Marco Reus scored for us. We then played Huddersfield where we won 3-2 in the league. Scraped through this one a little bit. Doria, Reus and Quintero scoring. We then smashed Southampton 4-0 in the Capital One Cup 4th round. Florenzi, Lucas Moura and Wayne Rooney with a brace. Then we drew 2-2 with Stoke in the league. Balanta and Rooney scoring, so Rooney's on a bit of form now. We then played Galatasaray for the second time in the group stages, where we beat them 2-1 this time, with 11 men as well. Phil Jones and Marco Reus scored. Then Swansea, where we beat them 4-1 at home at Old Trafford. Nathaniel Klein, Kagawa, Rooney and Moura. Then we drew 1-1 with Fulham in the league, which is a poor result. It was an own goal as well, if I remember rightly. Yeah, no one scored. So we then smashed Olympiacos 4-1 in the Champions League group stages in our penultimate game. Johnny Evans, Danny Welbeck and Kevin Volland with a brace. Then we lost at the Etihad to City, or it was known as the City of Manchester Stadium. I wonder if that's changed. I don't know. Kevin Volland getting the consolation goal. We then turned it around and beat Arsenal 3-1. Peruzzi scored an own goal, but they also scored an own goal. Marco Reus and Quintero. So a lot of own goals this season already. Then we played Everton and battered them 4-0. Danny Welbeck, Quintero and Kagawa scoring. Then our final game in the group stage of the Champions League, we played Shakhtar, where we beat them 4-2. So we qualified at, I think, top of the group. Well, yeah, would have been top of the group. Ward-Prowse, Kagawa were 2 and Lucas Moura. We then had the Club World Championship semi-final, where after extra time we beat Seattle Sounders, and Kagawa scored and so did Lucas Moura. Then we played in the final of the Club World Championship against Fluminense. Wayne Rooney scoring the only goal in extra time again, so fitness wise it was quite tight around then, especially as you can see, look, Quintero was injured, Doria took a knock. We then absolutely tore Huddersfield apart, where we went 5-0 in the Capital One Cup quarter-final. Januzaj, Kagawa were 2 and Danny Welbeck were 2. We then drew 0-0 with Norwich at home, just a poor result, no goal scorers obviously. Then we had 2 games against Aston Villa in a row, where we beat them 2-1 in the league. Lucas Moura and Quintero scored, and then we drew 1-1 with them in the FA Cup 3rd round. Peruzzi scored an own goal and Danny Welbeck scored. We then played Reading in the Capital One Cup semi-final, where we drew 0-0. So we've got a replay from the 3rd round of the FA Cup, and 0-0 after the first leg. Didn't get any away goals either. Well, it doesn't count in this anyway. Then we beat West Ham 1-0 back in the Premier League. Danny Welbeck scored. Then we played Aston Villa again. So we played them 3 times pretty much. Obviously with the replay where we battered them 3-1. Marco Reus, Wayne Rooney and Kevin Volland scoring. Then we beat Tottenham 1-0 and what was a tight affair. And Quintero getting the goal. Then the Capital One Cup semi-final, the second leg. We just absolutely smashed Reading 4-1. So Balanta scored, Wayne Rooney scored 2, and I'm guessing it will be an own goal again. So many own goals. Then, so we're qualified for the final in the Capital One Cup, which is good times. We then played Fulham in the FA Cup 4th round. Lucas Moura scoring twice in a 3-1 result, so it was another own goal. So a lot of fortune this season via own goals. We then beat Cardiff 2-0 to continue a streak of wins with Wayne Rooney and Lucas Moura scoring. And then we played Reading. We beat them 2-0. Marco Reus getting a brace. So as you can see, we've still got loads of fixtures going on. Obviously, more cup competition games will be in this as well. In the FA Cup, we're going to draw either Everton or Burnley. You can see the teams that are left. So a lot of the big teams are out. No Chelsea. Oh no, sorry, there's Chelsea. No Arsenal. So at least it's at home, which I'm happy about. Champions League wise, these are the teams left in it. So we've got Dynamo Kiev against Schalke, Bayern against PSG, Dortmund against Barca, Anderlecht against Monaco, Galatasaray against Real Madrid, Juventus against Chelsea. We drew Porto away in the first leg, and then Zenit against City. So you'd probably say Schalke got the best out of the bunch, maybe Monaco against Anderlecht or Kiev, but there's a lot of big teams still left in this. But they are all playing each other. Bayern, PSG, that's good for us. Dortmund, Barca, that's good for us. Real Madrid will probably beat Galatasaray. Juventus, Chelsea, that could be good for us as well. Juventus are a good team. Capital One Cup final, we're playing Swansea. So that's played at Wembley. I've decided I'm not going to play that live. What I'll just do is I'll do major competitions like Champions League, FA Cup if we reach it, and obviously the Premier League if it comes to a deciding game. So this is how the league stands at the moment. As you can see, it looks like we're off the pace quite a bit. We're 11 points behind Chelsea at the top, but we do have 3 games in hand. So if we win them 3 games, it's only 2 points that we'll be behind. The squad's playing quite well. Obviously, we've got quite a young squad, so they're all being bedded in at the same time. So league-wise, I'm looking to turn that around. Excuse me, my phone interrupting. We're looking to turn that around, but hopefully we can climb back up the league. But with them 3 games in hand, we should be okay. Transfer-wise, what's happened? I'm just trying to remember what's happened when. So, where are we? So we've had 3 players join us. I activated Michi Batshuayi. I'm going to try and pronounce this. Batshuayi. I activated his release clause. He came to us for 6.75 million. He's 22 years old and he already looks like quite a good player. So I'm quite keen to get him working on all sorts of different things. What's his positioning like? 7. Yeah. Just a moneymaker. That's all he'll be. Unless he absolutely tears it up wherever he goes. We'll get him out on loan. Agustin Allione. He looks like an absolute beast of a player. 21 years old. We signed him for 3.8 million. As soon as he's joined us, he's already got up to 4.7 value. He just looks like a very, very good player. I'm quite pleased with him actually. Whether he's a moneymaker or not, I'm not too sure. He'll probably be between him and Zivkovic on the right of who's going to break through. I haven't really decided yet, so we'll see what happens with that. And look at this for a bargain. Marco van Ginkel for 4.9 million. It looks basically. I actually looked for a central attacking midfielder. Just because Kagawa had I think it was a 4-month injury, which was a bit of concern, so I needed cover in there. And I just went on the transfer list and I saw him for that price, 4.9 million. He's already gone up to 6.25 after joining, and he's a type of player that you could probably sell in 2 or 3 years for about 20 million plus. So potentially going to quadruple my money on that. What's happened here? Let's have a look. Outgoings. So Thiago Casasola's now gone out on loan to get some first team football. He's gone to Leverkusen. Bearing in mind, don't forget, all of these players are key players and they're paying all of their wages as well. Humam Tariq, who is the Iraqi Messi, or dubbed the Iraqi Messi, he's starting to look like a real good player. Highly recommend him. 19 years old. He's gone on loan to Schalke, playing first team. Then we've got Giuliano, who I bought him in as a money maker. He's smashing it up. He's got 3 goals in 3 games from a central attacking. Well, I don't know if he's playing. He's been playing on the right. So he's got 3 goals in 3 games. So that's quite good. He's probably going to be a money maker. Then we have, by the way, Giuliano went before the Kagawa injury. So Kagawa got injured, and then I brought. Giuliano went out, then Kagawa got injured, and instead of recalling him, I just saw Marco van Ginkel as an absolute bargain, so I went for him. Luciano Vietto's gone to Dortmund. He is on loan, hopefully going to get some first team football and some experience, especially at Dortmund. Then we've got Johnny Hughes, who's gone out on loan. He's one of our regens. Clement Grenier, we let go. 22 million I sold him for in the end. He went down to 2.5 star rated, and he does look like a good player, but for 22 million when I signed him for 12, so I made a 10 million profit on him, and he wasn't playing. So as soon as PSG offered it, I didn't transfer list him or nothing. They offered 22 million up front, and basically I was just like, I'm not playing him. His value is probably going to decrease, and for 10 million profit, why not? Let's do it. Tom Thorpe's also gone out on loan to Sunderland to get some first team football. I actually quite like him. He's not too bad. Then Jesse Lingard went out on loan as well. He's gone to West Ham. Probably going to sell him in the near future. John Neal is one of our regens. He doesn't look like a bad player at all. Mental's a bit concerning with his bravery at 2 as a centre back. So we'll see what happens with him. Because I got Alionin, I wanted to get Zivkovic from first team football. I really do like Zivkovic. I don't really know what to do between the two of them. But the reason why I did Zivkovic out on loan is I brought Alionin, and I got him just under the fact that he's a bargain. So I then had 3 attacking right wingers. But because Alionin had just joined, I couldn't loan him out straight away. So I let Zivkovic go out on loan, get some first team football, and he's at Porto as well. So that's real good experience for him. And then Alioune will be my backup to Lucas Moura. So that's all that's happened really. Going forward, training, nothing's changed. My tactics still remain the same as what I said in the last video. You can see Kagawa's slowly starting to come back from injury. So maybe it wasn't 4 months. I'm not too sure. 37 million value. Do you know what? If Van Ginkel comes good, I may consider trying to make a profit on him. Well, I say make a profit. His value is 37 million. I know his stats are ridiculous. So good. But I do want to train his positioning though. Because his position is 2. Where are we? That's a concern. But yeah, he's so versatile as well. He's an absolute player, and he just tears it up whenever he plays. Average rating is 7.4. Last 5 games, 7.94. He's got 8 goals in 19 games, playing from behind a striker. So I'm quite pleased with his. And bearing in mind he's not played a lot. What else has happened? Staff-wise, brought Ryan Giggs in. I think I mentioned that in the last video. So yeah, that's about it. Going forward, I think what I'm going to do, I'm not going to play the Capital One Cup final live. We'll just continue to progress throughout the season. But what I am going to do is, I've not seen anyone else ever do it, is I'm going to do my regen day on the 13th of March, so it'll be the day after the Fulham game unless this is moved. 13th of March, the English regen day, so when we get the English regens in, I'll do that live, so that'll be a little bit different. And I imagine that'll probably come up in about a few days to a week max time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to to doing that live. I don't think anyone's ever done it before. But anyway, going forward, that's pretty much all that's happened. Obviously, we're only halfway through the season. Oh, just to add, back to transfers, we do have a few players joining us on a free that I got on a Bosman. So we'll go to the team information page. And as you can see here, we have Aragoni. I basically see this guy. He doesn't. I mean, his value is 205k, but he doesn't look like a bad player. He's got a few technical attributes that obviously need improving quite drastically, and his average rating has been really poor. But if I can get him out on loan, I mean, on a free, I know his value is only 205k, but I reckon I'll get a couple of million for him. Facundo Cardozo, he's come from Bayern, joining on a free, 20 years old, 2.2 million value, obviously when he's out of contract, so that'll go up. He just looks like a good player. His heading, marking and tackling is not too bad for a 20-year-old. Jumping's a bit of concern, but obviously it's only jumping reach. But he's only 5'10", so heading might be a bit of concern. But we'll see what happens with him. Alex Grimaldo, got him joining also from Moyes, Barcelona B. He's a very, very good left back. A lot of people recommended getting him. Personally, I think apart from maybe Moreno and that one that plays for Monaco, I've got the three good, best young left backs on the game, with Alex Grimaldo, Jonathan Silva and Luke Shaw. So we'll see what happens between the four of them, if anyone decreases or anything. Then we've got Pierre-Emile Hojbjerg. He's 4.5 star potential, very versatile, centre midfielder, deep line playmaker, and he looks awesome. 20 years old. Got him signed on free. He's coming from Bayern. Moving on, we've got Corentin Jean. This guy was awesome on FM13. He was one of them players that we just highly recommended. Same with Neil Maupay. So yeah, got him signed on a free. I know he's only 2.5 star, but he's got bags of potential to be a really, really good striker. So he's probably a money maker as well. As you can see, I've been trying to get Lamela, but well, I say Lamela, making an inquiry, but I think he's awesome. If I got him, I'd let Lucas Moura go, I think, or I'd have the two. But so we'll see what happens. He's very expensive. Liali, I looked up for cover for goalkeeper, but in the end, we went for Raphael Wolf, who I've signed, 27 years old. I know he's only 2 star, but he's 3.5 million value, and he was a free agent. So I'll probably make some money on him, hopefully. What else has happened? Some people have made offers for Alvarez Balanta. Zivkovic, obviously that's the loan deals that have gone through. So he's gone, well, these are the rejected ones actually. People making offers for Florenzi, well out of the price range. Real Madrid made 26 million offer for Kagawa, bearing in mind he's 37 million value, so that was rejected. John Neal, they are the rejected loan deals. So yeah, I mean, money wise we have got quite a lot to play with, and a few players there that we could probably sell in the future. Remember, I've been still buying players, so I've got quite a bit of money. So we've got 47 million full, and 300 grand, well nearly 300 grand, 3 million, or 3,100,000 just under on wages. So we've got quite a bit of money to play with. But yeah, that's about it really. So thanks for watching. The next episode will be the Regen Day Live, as I said. And I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.